By any objective measure, we are more affluent today, significantly more so than any previous generation. But the fascinating fact is that all the research shows that we are no happier than people were 1, 2, 3 generations ago. And that is really, really odd. Why is that the case? The short answer is that there are two different ways of understanding happiness. Number one sees happiness as a kind of experience, a sort of pleasure. And the other one sees happiness as a form of meaning. That's how Aristotle saw it, it's how the Bible saw it, it's how everyone saw it until the 17th century when Hobbes and Locke began to think of happiness as pleasure. Now, the trouble with pleasure is the law of diminishing returns. There are only so many ice creams you can eat. There are only so many cars you can drive. There are only so many homes you can own. That the extra one no longer brings you any happiness. It means that you are on what people call the hedonic treadmill. You have to run faster and faster just to keep up. And that is why we don't get any happier when we get more wealthy. But happiness as meaning is quite different. That does not diminish over time. In fact, it increases over time because it tells us that our life is worthwhile, that we've made a positive difference to others. So the first kind of happiness, happiness as pleasure, has to do with what we can buy. The second kind of happiness, happiness as meaning, has to do with what kind of life we live and what kind of person we become. And that is the domain of morality. Once we bring back morality center stage, we move away from the consumer society definition of happiness, which is pretty addictive, but not terribly successful in terms of giving you ever more pleasure. And we then move to happiness as meaning. Then we suddenly realize that we have genuinely gained a sense of having lived for values that are worthwhile.